Hi, I'm Dan with Armor Technologies, and today I'll be showing you how to use your OpenCart website. Simply add /admin to the end of your URL to log in, which will take us to the login page where you can enter the username and password provided by your Armor Technologies dev. When you log into OpenCart, the first thing you'll see is your dashboard. On the dashboard you can see how many orders you've had, how many sales you've had, how many customers you've had, and how many people are currently browsing the site. Clicking View More on any of these will take you to a page showing you more information. To make things a little easier, we're going to click this button in the upper left-hand corner to expand the sidebar menu. The Category Manager allows you to edit how your products are displayed on your website. For our tutorial website, we have categories such as cameras, components, monitors, desktops, laptops, and so on. You can see some categories, like mice and trackballs and monitors, are children of a parent category, which on the website shows up like this. For our tutorial, we'll add a new category called Video Games. First, we'll enter the category name, which is simply Video Games. And then we'll enter the meta tag title, which will use the exact same thing, Video Games. This will show up at the top of your browser window. Then we'll go to Data and enter the sort order, which shows where it'll appear on the menu. You can also add SEO keywords, an associated image, and a parent, which we'll discuss a little bit later. Once we're finished, we click Save. Now we don't want to just use video games, it's too broad of a category. So we'll add another category. This time we'll call it Hardware. Again, we'll add a meta tag title. And then we'll go to Data, and now we go to Parent, and we'll start typing in Video Games. You see that pops up when you click that, and then click Save. Now if we refresh our page, you can see that Video Games has shown up in our menu with Hardware underneath. Now let's add a product. On the Products page, you can see all the products you currently offer, as well as delete them or edit them. You can also filter by name, price, status, and so on. For the tutorial, we'll add a new product. Let's add a product to our new Video Games category. First, we'll add a product name. Then we'll add a description, as well as a meta tag title. Then we go to Data and add an image so people know what they're buying, as well as a model number, a price, a tax class, and everything should be marked as taxable goods. Quantity, which is how many of the unit you have in stock. Minimum quantity, which is the amount that people will buy by default. And subtract stock, which will subtract the quantity bought from your quantity on hand. Then we go to Links and add categories. So we'll add our two new categories, Hardware and the parent category, Video Games, and then click Save. If we refresh our page, we have one object in Hardware, our Xbox One. It has the description, a photo, as well as the price with tax included and the price excluding tax below it. Let's say we wanted to add options. Click Options, Add New, and we'll call this option Bundled Games. The type we'll have is a select box, and we'll add some values. Our first value will be no games included, and then one game included, And finally, 2 games included. And we'll save that. And now we go back to our new product, and in the option menu, we'll choose Bundled Games, the one we just made, and add our options. For no games included, we won't make any changes. For 1 game included, we'll say we have 200 games in stock, and we'll add $50 to the price. For 2 games included, we'll add $90 to the price. We'll save our changes, and now if we refresh the page, we have the option to include bundled games with our Xbox. The information page allows you to edit the content of the pages on your website. For example, the About Us page will contain information about your store. You simply add a title, a description, and a meta tag title. When you're finished, just click Save. Now if we go to our site, you can see that the About Us page contains the information we just added. Next, we'll look at editing the slider on our home page. As you can see now, our slider has 2 images in it. Well, we just added this new product, so why don't we advertise it? You go to EC Slideshow and click Edit. Then we click on Manage Banner. Here you can see our home page banner. We'll edit that. And we want to add a new image, so we click Add Banner, enter a title, and a new image. We'll click here to upload the new image. You can also set a link or have it connected to a specific product. We'll connect it to our Xbox One. When you're finished, click Save. And now, if we refresh our page, we can see our new banner shows up. And clicking it takes us to the product. In the sales section of the site, you can browse your orders, your recurring orders, any returns, your customers, and more. And like I said earlier, many of these can already be reached from your dashboard by simply clicking View More. On the Users page, you can manage the users currently registered to your site. You can edit, delete, and add new users. Click this button to add new users. First, we'll enter a username. Then we'll specify the user group, which we'll go over in a moment. Then you enter the first name, the last name, their email address, you can add an optional profile photo, and give them a password. Once you're finished, you can enable the user and then click Save. User groups are very handy for keeping track of who's using your website and how they're using it. For example, you can have administrators and regular employees. Why don't we add an employee group now? First, you'll type the name of the group. After that, go through this list and you can specify what they have permission to access. Once you're finished, simply click Save. The last thing we'll cover today are the settings for your OpenCart site. Go to the Settings menu. Your store should show up here and simply click Edit to edit the store settings. You can enter your store name, your store owner, your store's address, the email address, the contact phone number, an image, and your hours of operation and more. On the store page, you can also change your meta title, which again is what shows up at the top of the browser, your meta description, keywords, and which template you'll use. In local, you can change the country your store is in, the region or state, the language, the currency, and the units of measurement. In image, you can change the store logo, as well as the fave icon, which shows up on the browser title bar, as you can see here. When you're finished with your changes, simply click Save. And that's it! If you followed along this tutorial, you should have a fairly firm grasp on how to use your OpenCart website. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us and we'll help you in any way we can.